Okay, thanks to Hyde for putting out part one of my meeting Glen Campbell on the golf course. He presented it to all the friends of Glen, and I've been hoping to put down part two. Part one, if you've seen the videos about how my son and I met him on the golf course at the Malibu Golf Club in 2011. That's how we got this picture right here. Check it out. Okay, so I'm not lying about this stuff, right? Part two, okay. Fast forward about a year, 2012 at some point. My son and I go to play at Malibu Golf Club, again, down in Southern California. We're visiting my mother-in-law. I did not expect to run into Glen again. I'm in the pro shop, a little small pro shop. I'm forking over my money to play. And some guy walks in behind me. I turn around, and I'm not making this up. Now here's Glen again. You know, I'm thinking to myself, I grew up in a small town in South Carolina. I dreamed of being a guitar player or a singer or something. I had a lot of stars I really loved, but Glen was number one, and always has been. So anyway, I can't believe I'm meeting this guy yet again. Of course, he doesn't remember me. I don't expect him to. And he's got a T-shirt on, and he says to me when I turn around, he says, "Do you think they'll let me wear this shirt in here?" It was a T-shirt. Most people don't wear T-shirts on the golf course. I'm certain they have a dress code. And the T-shirt was pretty loud. It had a lot of stuff going on it. And it had something about Billstown, Arkansas. It looked like maybe something the Chamber of Commerce put out or something like that. Or I don't know. It was just, you know, kind of loud, but kind of funny. And he said, "Do you think they'll let me wear this?" And I said, "Well, Mr. Campbell, they wouldn't let me wear it, but I think they'll let you wear it." I don't think they were going to say anything to him. And then I said, "Isn't that where you're from?" And he said something about, "I don't even know if that place is there anymore." Well, I'm assuming that it is, but it was just, you know, I don't know if that's a little touch of the Alzheimer's or what. And then I couldn't believe it. We had some little small talk there that I can't remember. And then I whipped out my iPhone and I said, "Hey, I want to play you something." So I went down to his songs. I have, 1,000 songs on my iPhone. I probably have, 60, 70, 80 of his, and from various albums and everything. And they're in alphabetical order. So the first one I got to was the song called "A Better Place." And so I said, "Hey, listen to this." And I played "A Better Place." And it was on my speaker on the iPhone. And he goes, "Hey, that's a good song." And I said, "Yeah, it is a good song. You should know. It's a good song, good choice, and good singing." And I don't know, I said something probably pretty stupid, but it is a good song. And he said, "That is a good song." And somehow I just finished, and I probably was very, very clumsy and not my normal cool self. And then I went, wow, I couldn't believe it. So I went outside and I said, maybe I'll get him to autograph a CD for me. I went out in the car, got one of his CDs, went back. I'm not a big autograph guy. I'm more of a, let me get my pictures next to, supermodels and things. But I got a CD, and he was teeing off on the first tee, and I didn't want to bother him. And I did not want to play right behind him. I think we were scheduled to tee off right behind him. I figured I would hit a ball into his group or something, or maybe I'd lose a ball and he'd be looking for a ball in the woods at the same time. I don't know. It was too weird. But I did, after he hit his shot on the first tee, I said, "Mr. Campbell," and I walked over to him. He was very nice. He was with this friend who was taking him to the golf course most days. I think it's the same guy who's in the movie I'll Be Me. And I said, "Hey, do you mind signing something for me?" And he said, no problem. And I said, when I was a kid, I tried to learn to play guitar, and my guitar instructor was going to commit suicide. He said, "It's either you or me, but someone's getting out of this business of guitar playing." Well, I'm the one who got out of it, but I told him that he was the inspiration, and he laughed, and he seemed to be pretty knowledgeable or pretty with it at the time. And no touches of anything. Although in my previous video about meeting him on the golf course, there were definitely some touches of what we know to be the beginnings of Alzheimer's disease. Anyway, here is the CD, signed. And for those of you who know his handwriting, you'll know that's official, right? And then we just kind of lagged way behind. I didn't want to, I did not want to make this even any weirder by, even coming close to playing golf with him. That was it. I've had a lot of other, brushes with greatness, with different stars, and so forth and everything. From, Bob Hope to Milton Berle to Tom Hanks to Gloria Vanderbilt. I'm just thinking of people who have crossed my path. Kirk Douglas, Larry Gatlin, Don Williams, a lot of country people, Waylon Jennings. I have a strange story about Waylon Jennings I have to tell you one day. It's good. But this one, meeting Glenn twice on the golf course, those are the two best. Okay, thanks.